Hello boys and girls, a very good morning and welcome to this quick live session announcement by TalentSprint. Well, what a wonderful start for the day. I have had a very good day so far, right? It all started with this post which I found on Twitter, and that's really touching, right? I would like to spend a couple of minutes talking about it. Now, you must be aware of the situation that is going on in Kerala, right? The whole state is flooded and, it's becoming very difficult to continue with the rescue operations. However, the good news today is that the water levels are receding now, and I think operations can now take place at least double the rate at which it has been happening over the last few days. However, the most touching moment in the middle of this tragedy was a thanks note that was found on the roof of a building from where two women were rescued, right? I'm sure if you guys follow news, you would know that the Indian forces had rescued a pregnant lady from the top of a roof, right? A fully pregnant lady, and helped her with her delivery in these rescue operations. So the best part was that on the same roof today, the forces found a thanks note, which is really very, very touching, and I think we should all salute the spirit of Keralites for being so so appreciable even in the middle of this tragedy, right? So that's number one. The second very good thing that I found today was in our reports that we send out. Now, for those who are aware of TalentSprint's all-India mock exams, which are conducted every weekend, they will know that on the subsequent Monday at 11 a.m. we send out our reports, right? Reports of the performance of our students, right? And these reports are sent out by TIA. Now, what was really interesting and catchy in the report this morning, was that of the top 5 performers from the SSC CGL All India mock exam that we conducted day before yesterday, 3 are from Kerala. Now, this may be a coincidence, but then I really salute the spirit of our students from this particular state, right, the God's own country, for working hard even in this difficult situation, and not just working hard, but getting 3 of the top 5 positions in the SSC CGL All India mock exam, which was conducted over the last weekend, right? So number 1, number 3, and number 4 positions of the top 5 rankers have been grabbed by Kerala. So a very good job, I must say, right? Everyone at TalentSprint is really happy about this, and I'm sure you guys will keep up the good work, right? And last but not the least, the reason why we have come here, gathered here, is to discuss about the notification which has been released by LIC HFL, right, which is LIC's Housing Finance Limited. Yes, this is the real good news for all of you. LIC HFL has released a notification for the recruitment of assistants, associates, and assistant managers. We have a total of 300 posts across the 3 cadres, and the notification has been released just this morning. So I am here to give you a quick update on this particular notification, so that all of you can get ready for this. You can apply for this particular exam and continue with your preparation, right? So yes, the good news is that LIC HFL has released the notification for the recruitment of assistants, associates, and assistant managers. Total of 300 vacancies. We have got 150 vacancies for assistants, 50 vacancies for associates, and 100 vacancies for assistant managers. Now, the detailed notification is available on the official website. It is also available on TalentSprint's exam prep platform, right? You can log in to download the notification. Let me quickly take you through the important parts or important points from this notification. So the first, in fact, one of the cleanest, or I would say, the most legible notifications that I have ever come across, right? It starts with the number of vacancies across different states. So let me tell you that the 2 cadres of assistants and associates are state level cadres. These are like clerical positions, so you have to apply for a particular state. Whereas assistant managers, for which we have got 100 vacancies, is a national level application, right? Remember, you can apply for any one of these 3 posts. You can either apply for assistants or associates or assistant managers. If you are applying for assistants or associates, you have to apply from a particular state, right? Like for example, it says that in the state of Chhattisgarh, we have got 5 vacancies for assistant, 2 for associates, right? So you can apply from the state of Chhattisgarh. Your exam will also most likely be conducted within the state of Chhattisgarh, and your placement will also be in the same state, at least for the first few months or few years, and then you may be posted in the in different parts of the country. Whereas for the post of assistant manager, where we have got 100 vacancies, it's a national level application. You may be posted anywhere across the country, right? So the detailed breakup of vacancies across various states have been given here. Now I'm sure you guys will have questions about your own state, right? Somebody says, but in Kerala there is no vacancy. Well, I can see that there is no vacancy for assistants in Kerala, but we have got 2 positions for associates in the state of Kerala, right? Somebody says Jharkhand का बताइए ना. अगर मैं ऐसे बताने लगूंगा तो half an hour सिर्फ vacancies discuss करने में लग जाएगा. All of you can download the notification. I think Neha wants me to tell about Jharkhand. So Jharkhand, let me quickly tell you, have got 1 vacancy for assistant and 0 for associates. Assam, they say there is no vacancy. Well, where is Assam here? Oh yes, there is no vacancy for the assistant and associate cadre in Assam. However, guys, there are 100 vacancies for assistant managers. So don't get disappointed. There is a scope for everybody out there who's aspiring for a government job, right? Maharashtra must be there. No, yes, Maharashtra has got, yeah, I think big numbers, 17 assistants vacancies and 6 associate vacancies, and there are 100 vacancies open for across the country. However, the top line is that they have got 300 jobs in LIC HFL. Now let's look at the important dates first. I think I'll come back to remuneration, eligibility criteria and stuff later, right? Or maybe let's talk about the eligibility criteria. We have already discussed that there are 3 types of vacancies. Let's look at the eligibility criteria. Now there's one thing which I have not really understood in this particular piece here. We will post you through our comments, or we'll make an announcement in some time. However, the eligibility criteria here is that you know, in terms of age, for all the 3 categories, the age has to be 21 to 28 years, right? You should be in the age group of 21 to 28 years to be eligible for any of these 3 cadres as on 1st January 2018. As on 1st January 2018, which means you should not be below 21 years or not above 28 years as on 1st Jan 2018. And to be more precise, candidates must have been born not earlier than 2nd January 1990 and not later than 1st January 1997, both dates inclusive. So very clearly explained there, you can just go through that. Let's come to the educational qualification. Now for the post of assistant, the educational qualification is that you must be a graduate with minimum 55% of marks. Now this is interesting, right? In the bank exam notifications that we have seen recently, the eligibility criteria is just that you have to be a graduate or a postgraduate, right? There is no minimum percentage required as such. However, LIC HFL has mentioned that you have to have minimum 55% marks in your graduation to be able to be eligible to apply for assistants. For associates, you should be a graduate with minimum of 60% marks, and they've mentioned CA inter there, which I am not very sure about. So that's what I was telling you, right? I'll come back to you with that particular point here, what exactly it means. But then you have to be a graduate with a minimum of 60% marks so that you can apply for the associate post. Now let's look at the assistant manager, which is the highest in terms of cadre there. For assistant manager category, you have to be a graduate with minimum 60% marks and a postgraduate or 2 years full-time MBA or 2 years full-time MMS, 2 years full-time PGDBA, PGDBM, PGPM, PGDM, you know, all these are postgraduate diplomas, right? So you must hold any of these postgraduate diplomas or a full-time MBA in any discipline from a recognized university or institute with minimum 60% marks. And very clearly they have specified that courses completed through correspondence or part-time are not eligible. So that is the reason I say that I had mentioned that this is like very, very neatly detailed notification, right? So let me quickly repeat. The age criteria is 21 to 28 years. In terms of educational qualification, for assistants you have to have a graduation with 55% marks. For associates, a graduation with 60% marks, and for assistant managers, a graduate with 60% marks and a full-time MBA, a 2-year full-time MBA, or one of those postgraduate diplomas that they have mentioned there. All right, and yes, all the 3 require you to have computer skills, basic computer skills. So that's about the eligibility criteria. They've also mentioned that there is going to be some probation period, right? So for assistants and associates, there will be a 6 months probation from the date of joining, which may be extended for a maximum period of 6 months. So minimum 6 months, maximum it can go up to 12 months. For assistant managers, they say before appointment as assistant manager, there will be a training period of 1 year as management trainee from the date of joining. A consolidated salary, okay, now here comes the remuneration part, right? A consolidated salary of 25,000 per month will be paid during this training period. The appointment to the post of assistant manager will be subject to successful and satisfactory completion of the training period. There will be a probation of 1 year from the date of appointment as assistant manager, which may be extended for a maximum period of 1 year. Yeah, so I think don't worry about these details. These are only after you have got selected. However, there will be a training of 1 year for assistant managers, during which you will be paid a salary of 25,000 per month, and after that you will be given the post of assistant manager. Right now, important conditions to apply. Right, look at this. For assistant and associate, candidates are allowed to apply for vacancy only from one state. You can apply only from one particular state. The center of online examination for the post of assistants or associates will be restricted to the state opted by the candidate. So if you have applied from Jharkhand, your online examination will also be held in Jharkhand itself. In case you do multiple registrations, there is no reason that you must do that, but in case you do multiple registrations, only the latest valid registration will be kept valid. So let's say you have applied from Maharashtra today, and tomorrow you go and apply from Chhattisgarh, right? Assuming both are valid registrations, they will consider Chhattisgarh as your registration, right? Valid registration. So you may have to travel to Chhattisgarh in case you're not from that state to take the exam. And candidates applying for a particular state will be posted preferably in that state initially, and can be transferred to any other state later, subject to requirement and suitability. And for the post of assistant manager, posting may be anywhere in India based on the requirement of the company. Okay, so I think these are all details you can read through yourself. Let me quickly look at the important dates. I think that's the important part. We'll come back to the selection procedure in a while. What are the important dates? Okay, so time and activity schedule. The only thing is it's not sequenced properly in my view. I mean, I would like to start with the time and activity schedule. So look at this. The start of online registration and payment of fees is from 21st of August. 21st of August, which is tomorrow. So your application starts tomorrow, and the end of online registration and payment of fees is 6th of September. So 21st August to 6th September, good 2 week or a little more than a 2 week window for you to complete the application, which I'm sure you must do on time, and don't get into a difficult situation unnecessarily where your application gets hung, right, because of server load and stuff. So 21st August to 6th September is the window for applying for any of these posts. The call letters will be available from the 24th of September. And look at the online examination dates. All these are tentative dates, by the way. For the post of assistant, the online examination will be 6th or 7th October. For the post of associate, it will be 6th or 7th October. And for the post of assistant manager as well, it will be 6th or 7th of October. So basically, for these three posts, assistants, associates and assistant manager, the online examination tentatively will be held on 6th or 7th of October. 6th or 7th of October, right? Now, the selection process is really simple. You take the online examination followed by an interview. So there will be an online exam followed by interview, right? It's simple for all the three posts. Online examination and interview. Now, what will this online examination have? A little different structure when compared to bank exams. It says the online examination will be of objective type, multiple choice of total 2 hours duration, comprising the following sections. So there are going to be 4 sections. English language is number 1, which will have 50 questions and 50 marks. Logical reasoning is number 2, 50 questions and 50 marks. General awareness is number 3, 50 questions, 50 marks. And numerical ability is number 4, 50 questions and 50 marks. So I think it's simple in terms of the weightage, right? All the 4 sections have got the same weightage. They'll have 50 questions each with 50 marks that you can score. English language, logical reasoning, numerical ability and general awareness. However, the time given per section is a little different, and rightly so. You've got 35 minutes per section of English language, logical reasoning and numerical ability, and 15 minutes, only 15 minutes for general awareness. And I'm sure 15 minutes is enough to answer 50 questions from general awareness, right? You don't have to solve a question. You either know the answer or you don't know the answer. So all you have to do is just keep marking your answers. So overall, the composite time is 2 hours, but it has been split. 120 minutes has been split across 4 sections. So sections of English language, numerical skills and logical reasoning will have 35 minutes each, which makes it 105 minutes, right? 35 times 3. And the remaining 15 minutes will be for general awareness. So it's clear that it's clear that the sections will be sequenced, right? It's an online examination. Since the sections are timed, they will also be sequenced in a particular order. You don't have to worry about which section should I start with, right? It will start with a particular section which they have decided. You can't choose it. And you will have 35 minutes per section. So you have to give your best shot in each section in the time allotted. You cannot play with the time here, right? There's also one more point given here. It says the online examination will be separate for assistant, associate and assistant manager. It will be in English language only. It will be in English language only. There will be a penalty for wrong answers in the online examination. For every wrong answer to a question given by the candidate, 1/4 or 0.25 of the marks assigned to that question will be deducted as penalty to arrive at the corrected score. And if a question is left blank, no answer is, there will be no penalty. So basically, negative marking is there. You will be given 1/4 of the marks allotted as penalty if you go wrong, right? And exam will be separate. There will be a separate exam for assistants, for associates and for assistant managers. And they have also detailed about the calculation of percentage and stuff like that, which you can read through yourself, how to arrive at the percentage of marks and stuff like that. Then it says LIC HFL reserves the right to fix the minimum cutoff marks section wise as well as on the total in the online examination in order to finalize the number of candidates to be called for interview. The corrected scores obtained by each of the candidates in different sections will be normalized using equi-percentile method. And I'm sure one flood of questions that I'll have is what is this equi-percentile method and what is normalization? Don't worry about it. It's not in your control. Your only job is to give your best in the examination, right? Based on the difficulty level, they may have to do normalization for each set, which they will take care of it. So don't worry about what can I do to improve my score. You cannot do anything with normalization or equi-percentile method. You have to just make sure that you prepare with the right strategy and give your best in the exam, right? And they have their, it's their discretion, right? What will be the minimum cutoff marks per section, overall cutoff score and things like that. So just don't worry about that piece at all. Now interview, there will be interview for each of these 3 categories. It says depending on the number of vacancies, only those candidates who rank sufficiently high in order of merit based on the respective marks in the online examination will be called for interview. Candidates who do not obtain the minimum qualifying marks in interview shall be disqualified from further selection. Shortlisting of candidates for interview will be provisional without verification of documents. Candidates will be subject to verification of all details and documents with the original when a candidate reports for interview if called. In case a candidate is called for interview and is found not satisfying the eligibility criteria, he or she will not be allowed to appear for the interview. Now I want to tell something here, right? With every notification, we at TalentSprint get questions from students, some students and aspirants basically. They say that, I made a mistake in my application process. I actually scored 59%, but by mistake I mentioned 57 or 61%. What should I do now? What really doesn't get into my head is how can you commit a mistake when you're applying for this particular post or any particular post for that matter, right? That shows that you're not being careful. You have to be very, very meticulous when you're applying for this particular examination. So first and foremost, avoid getting into that situation, right? You should not be committing any mistakes. Moreover, if you have committed a mistake, they have very clearly mentioned they will verify your documents with the originals during interview, right? At the time of application, they're not going to do any verification. Only when you are called for interview, if you are called for interview, your documents will be verified. And if they find that the documents are not in line with what you have mentioned in the application, during your application, you will be rejected. As simple as that. So please be careful, apply for this properly and commit no mistakes. There is no room for mistakes. And I think they've got all the right to reject. In my view, candidates who commit mistakes in the application should be rejected. If you cannot focus and complete one application properly, then the future of the company is in wrong hands, right? I mean, if you are selected, what happens tomorrow if you commit a mistake in some process of the work, right? I may sound a little blunt here, but I think yes, you guys should be rejected if you commit a mistake in your organization. And yeah, final selection will be separate for each post, and will be done on the basis of combined marks of online examination and interview, strictly according to the merit ranking, subject to minimum qualifying marks in the interview. So basically, the final selection will be based not just on the interview marks, but also on the marks that you have scored in the online examination. So you should make sure that you maximize your score. It is not a elimination round. Like usually we see that in bank exams, there's an elimination round, right? The preliminary examination is elimination round. So you should look at only clearing the exam there. There's no point in trying to maximize your score, because anyway, the marks will not be considered. Mains exam marks are important. But here, since there is only one online exam, your score here is important, right? Your score here is important. So please try to maximize your score in the online examination itself, so that your chances of coming up in the final list, merit list, are higher. And a lot of other details: application fees rupees 500 plus 18% GST. So 500 plus 90 rupees. 590 rupees will be the application fee for any category: assistants or associates or assistant manager. Then they have talked about mode of payment, call letter for online examination, identity verification, which I think I need not spend time here. You can just go through it yourself. Application starts tomorrow, so better download the notification today, go through it and be prepared. Biometrical data, online examination centers. So they've also given a list of online examination centers, yeah, for each of the states. Interview centers, call letter for interview, the general terms and conditions and things like that. Yeah, so I think a simple notification. I don't see anything complex here, anything which can be misinterpreted, right? They've also given the guidelines, like everybody else does, right? Guidelines for scanning and upload of documents, which includes your photograph, your signature, and other documents which may be required. So I think very well drafted 18-page notification. All right, I've gone through most of the part here, very, very important part here, which is the schedule, the selection process, the number of vacancies and things like that. Let me repeat: the application for recruitment of assistants, associates and assistant managers in LIC HFL, LIC's Housing Finance Limited, starts tomorrow. The last date to apply is 6th September. Do I remember it right? 6th September, 21st August to 6th September. Where is it? Yes, 21st August to 6th September. So you've got a good 15-day window. In fact, more than 15-day window, 17 days altogether. 17 days to apply for this. Make sure that you complete the application on time. There are 3 different cadres: assistants, associates and assistant managers. There are 150 vacancies for assistants, 50 vacancies for associates and 100 vacancies for assistant managers. You can apply for any one of these vacancies only. For assistants and associates, you have to apply from a particular state. Your exam will be held in that state and you will be positioned initially in that state. Later on, you may be moved across the country. And for assistant managers, you will be posted anywhere in the country. The selection process is an online examination followed by interview for all the 3 categories. Online examination will have 4 sections: English language, logical reasoning, general awareness and numerical ability. Each section will have 50 questions, 50 marks. Time given is different. For English language, logical reasoning and numerical ability, you have got 35 minutes each, and for general awareness you have just 15 minutes. And yes, eligibility criteria is 21 to 28 years of age group for all the 3 categories. Educational qualification is again very simple. You have to be a graduate with minimum 55% marks to apply for assistants, graduate with minimum 60% marks to apply for associates, and a graduate with 60% marks along with a full-time MBA, 2-year MBA, or a PGD, which is the postgraduate diploma. They have given a list of such diplomas from a recognized university with minimum 60% marks there again to be eligible for assistant managers. So I think that's about it. Good news in my view for those who have been aspiring for sort of government job, right? A public sector job basically. Now before I call it off, let me go through the most exciting part, which is the remuneration, right? I skipped it intentionally. This is straight on page number 2 itself. But then they are very smart. I think show the remuneration on page number 2 and get people apply for this, right? So remuneration, let me talk about it, right? See what it says. For assistants, the starting basic pay is 13,980 per month in the scale of 13,980 hyphens 860, 14,840 hyphen 940, 1670, 16,720 and so on. Let me come to the final number, right? So total emoluments per month will be approximately 22,257 rupees. Again, it depends on the place of posting. So total remuneration per month is going to be approximately 22,257 rupees plus lunch allowance, provident fund, mediclaim, gratuity, LTC, yeah, and LTC is what? Leave travel compensation, I guess, right? It's not let's take chutti like some of you point out. Group insurance scheme, housing loan, performance linked incentive and other benefits. Anyway, so good remuneration, of course. For associates, it will be 33,498 plus all those allowances. And for assistant managers, it will be 52,200 per month. Again, that depends on the place of posting, plus the lunch allowance, provident fund, and all that stuff. However, remember for assistant managers, for the first 1 year, the salary will be 25,000 per month because you will be undergoing a training for 1 year. And once you complete the training successfully and satisfactorily, then you will be given this salary of 52,200 per month plus allowance, and so many allowances. Now, one last point is that many of you will not be very happy with the number of vacancies. You will not really feel motivated to prepare for this exam, and some of you may give up that, let me not even apply here. There are only 2 vacancies. How will I get the job? I think you are just setting yourself up for failure with that attitude. In my view, you should apply subject to satisfying the eligibility criteria. So if you are eligible for any of these vacancies, please apply. Right? I know it will cost you 500 rupees plus 18% GST, which is 590 rupees, but I think that's worth it because you should not leave anything for chances. Who knows? You are one of those 2 assistants who would get selected in Kerala, right? I think in Kerala we have got only 2 vacancies for associates. Just giving you an example of Kerala. I mean, we can talk about other states as well. Like Jharkhand has got only 1 assistant post. Now, many of you may not apply as इनके boss एक ही post है. मेरा number कहाँ आएगा? I mean, then I think, either be very clear that I am not eligible. I mean, I can't even get selected. But that's not the right thing, right? I think you should apply, give a tough appearance and beat the competition. You may stand a chance. Yeah. And to keep yourselves motivated, look at the second page every day from today and get inspired, right? I mean, if money cannot inspire you, I don't think you as in anybody on the planet today, right? I mean, it's an important factor. I don't say remuneration is everything, but most of the things, right? I mean, I know money can't buy you everything, but a lot of things for sure. So guys, I think a very wonderful opportunity in front of you to get yourself into a public sector company. So make sure that you apply for this exam and keep preparing. I think the only shortcut is to start your preparation right away, right? Do not delay your preparation. Start your preparation this moment. I'm sure you're already preparing for various other competitive exams like IBPS PO, IBPS clerks, NIACL, SSC CGL, which is like, only getting postponed every day. So, your preparation is largely the same for all these exams. So that's the reason I say you should apply, right? I mean, it's like one more chance. Give it a try, right? So do prepare for these exams. Do apply for this exam. In terms of the study plan, the preparation strategy and all, leave it to us. We at TalentSprint will help you out. You can immediately subscribe for our free coaching on examprep.talentsprint.com, right? So join our free coaching. There's a lot of content available to learn for free. Of course, there is premium coaching also available for those who want to take their preparation to the next level, but free coaching has got enough content for you to check it out, right? So just try it out. We will also have a study plan based on the dates of examination getting uploaded very soon in our free coaching platform. So yes, do subscribe to free coaching and keep practicing. That's the only shortcut. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Now let me quickly see if you have any questions before I close the session here. Saroj says, I don't have eligibility, so can't apply. Well, that's really unfortunate. If you're not eligible, let's say if you've got less than 60% marks in graduation, then the only thing that you can apply for is assistants, because there the minimum requirement is 55%. But even if you satisfy 55% criteria, you should have vacancies in your state. If there are 0 vacancies, then it's hard luck, I would say. Don't worry, don't get disappointed. More opportunities will come your way. But yes, if you are eligible, then you must apply. Mahavir says, बेकार है, मैं भी नहीं करूँगा. Yeah, so he's decided that he will not apply. हाँ, एसोसिएट्स के लिए वो CA इंटर मैंडेटरी है या नहीं? आई थिंक मैंडेटरी तो है, बट डज इट मीन CA चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी इंटरमीडिएट दिस थिंग? We'll have to get a clarity on that part, but yes, it is mandatory. They have very clearly mentioned that you should be a graduate with minimum 60% marks and you should be a intermediate chartered accountant. So Richard says, I am from West Bengal. Give me the number of vacancies. Download and check it, no? Why are you increasing my work? West Bengal, 11 assistants vacancies, 2 associate vacancies for that state. So 13 vacancies all together. Alright, so I think I don't see any question that needs to be addressed immediately. Rajshekar says, on the same date we may have NIACL and RRB clerk means. On the same date we may have. I think that they must take care of. In case the dates clash, then you have to choose one based on your confidence, right? I mean, if you're getting a call for RRB clerk means, then you better go for it instead of appearing for NIACL. I mean, again, that's a personal choice. I should not be prescribing too much on that, but yeah. Let's hope that dates do not clash for any of these exams. Yeah. Alright, so I think I'll close it here. Thank you so much for joining us on this short notice. There is a big notification now there from LIC HFL for recruitment of 300 vacancies across assistants, associates and assistant manager categories. So please go through the notification. Join TalentSprint's free coaching to get benefited with a lot of free material that we have for you, and keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves. We'll keep meeting again through these live sessions on our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified about our live sessions and videos, and we'll help you with the preparation as well. So thank you so much for joining us once again. Keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves. Bye.